Hey there, welcome to GemIIToys. Here we are once again with another unboxing and review video. This time we have Tony Stark in the last armor he ever wore. I finally received my Mark 85 and I couldn't be more excited. But you might want to stay until the end of the video as I am doing a giveaway and I'm announcing how to participate with instructions. But first, remember to subscribe if you haven't already so you don't miss out on any future content like this. So first of all, taking out the charcoal foam insert, as you can see, it's got a arc reactor engraved as well as Mark 85 with Roman numerals. Inside would be the figure. And I do like the hard cardboard, really solid and sturdy, that is of the box covering the foam insert. So next up, we're gonna take a look inside, and this is how you would get the figure. Very nice presentation. Let's take a look at one of the accessories first. Can't wait to see that head sculpt, but this nano gauntlet does get my attention, and I'm surprised we got this early with the clean version. I mean, it's nice to have a clean one, but we are getting this with the battle damaged version. But this looks beautiful. Really nice. I wonder how well the stones will light up. I guess we'll find out later. And let's take a look at this beautiful armor. Wow, the first thing I notice is this guy's heavier than the Mark 50. I will be doing a comparison video with the Mark 50, but you will be seeing the head of the Mark 50 several times throughout this video, just because I just couldn't wait. I have to compare those two heads and share my thoughts. But we will be comparing the figures in detail in a separate video. Let's release them from all the foam protections. Seems must be more die cast here because, like I said, the figure, the first thing you notice is heavier. If you have the Mark 50, that is, of course. But I'm liking him. Really nice. All the little scratches and details, weathering, just makes it that much more realistic. Oh, well, that came off easily. I guess it's because of the plastic wrapping on the neck. I love the shoulders and just looks so buffed. And the color is very Ferrari-like. I've always loved Ferraris, so love the look of this armor. Yeah, real sweet. So glad to finally have them. Alright, so next up we're going to be taking a look at the bottom tray as well as this folder from Toy Sapiens that does come with a variant head switch program sheet explaining with instructions how to sign up to exchange the head sculpt. Should be getting it sometime in September if I decide to do so, but I do have until May to decide if I will register for exchanging the head sculpt. I think I'll decide in the course of this video what to do. So we have the instructions. We'll take a look at those later. I think for this figure, I think it's a must to take a look. So please do so. And here we have the base. We have the lightning refocuser accessory and some batteries. Those are always a lot of fun to install. All right, so next we're going to be taking a look at the accessories. We're going to start with the hands. We have the repulsing effect hand with a light up feature, you can see right there. The other one, same idea here. It's got some nice weathering detail to make it look more realistic. So they're made out of rubber, and these are plastic. That being because the fingers are articulated, as you can see. It does also have the light up feature and some weathering. Let's take a look at the final hand here. Same idea. Articulated fingers. These are always very useful. I find myself using these quite a bit. And then of course he does come with the two fisted hands. Figured it came like that. So the lightning refocuser, this part looks cheap to me. Right off the bat, that's the only thing that I feel just doesn't look right. It looks like cheap plastic. The rest of it looks really, really nice. And the metal parts catch the light really well. Almost looks lit up. I see what they're going for to make it look lit up. But that center piece there, at least it should have been glass in the middle there. It's kind of a bummer, but I like how the piece looks overall, I should say. Here's the head sculpt. Well, you know, it's not as bad, of course, as people are saying. If I can get it in focus here. I don't dislike it. I don't dislike it. I see what Hot Toys was going for. Looks like Tony Stark. Yeah, I see the likeness. And I do kind of like it. But I just got to do this right off, right off the bat. I'm repeating myself, but yeah, it's just older. I think it's just more, I want to say, sweet old man Tony Stark. I think the thing that bothers me about this head the most is the hair, how combed it is to a side. I don't know. I prefer kind of the spiked up look. There, it kind of looks better wearing this. Yeah, I really have to process my thoughts on this head, but I don't dislike it. I definitely don't dislike it. In fact, I kind of do like it, and I do see the likeness. Taking a look at the base here. Hexagonal base. The usual base you get with Endgame and Infinity War figures. The dynamic stand pole, I want to say the pole for flight poses. And taking a look one more time at the nano gauntlet, so I can just show you a little closer. This is a beautiful piece. And showing you that the fingers do articulate. So that's nice. Trying to create a snap here. I don't know, does that look like a snap? Kinda. Before the snap. That's kind of like right before he's snapping his fingers. It's easy to install, but I'm just kind of letting it sit there. And that concludes the accessories. So, the heads. I'm gonna just say it. I do prefer the Mark 50 head. It's just, I'm not saying it looks more like Tony Stark. I see both of these head sculpts. Neither is perfect. Both resemble Tony Stark, but I do prefer the Mark 50 head. It's just got more of a, I don't know, more bad boy mean look to him. So I installed the batteries. These are all the parts that you take off. I also took off the center chest piece so you can kind of see, demonstrating the lights here, as well as what removing the center piece looks like. You can see all the inner workings there. Not that that's necessary, but you know, maybe you can give them a battle damaged look by removing that. I don't know. That's the only use I can see out of that. But the lighting effects, or lighting feature I should say, looks really nice. The batteries, needless to say, are a big old pain to install, but once you do the effort, it's worth taking a look at. The head, or the helmet batteries, it's a little bit different system than the Mark 85 is. This one does not have a removable front plate. You just remove that top of the helmet. But the rest, the battery installation process is very similar to the Mark 50, so it's kind of what I was expecting. And the visor on this one does look better lit up. I think they use a different engineering for some things on this figure. So here I'm showing you what the gauntlet looks like lit up with I turned down the lights so you can see the lights, and he's lit up, I want to say almost like a Christmas tree, lights everywhere. But I do like it. I do dig it. Looks really good. That's the whole point of installing all these batteries. They don't last very long. That's kind of the bummer. A lot of work, and they don't stay on too long, or they start dimming down, I should say. So here I was gonna show you with a pose how the ankles work. The engineering putting into this figure is quite sweet. He does have like toe articulation, I want to call it. I'm utilizing it there, and all those parts just kind of, you know, work away, I want to say, to articulate. So you can see this pose here. I really love the look of this armor. So comic like. It's kind of the idea I have in my head of what Iron Man looked like in the comics. In fact, this is pretty much what he looked like. So I consider this the most comic accurate version, and to me that's a big deal. So here I'm showing you, I don't like using these stands, but for demonstration purposes, we'll hold the figure. This guy is heavier than the Mark 50, as I was saying, but if you do it right and be careful when you use this stand, it's not, I don't recommend it, but it can be done, obviously. So here I'm just kind of showing you again this beautiful armor with the accessory attached on the back. And here I kind of wanted to show you this one nick. It's kind of, I would say, above the visor, the eyebrow kind of. I noticed that when I was at Toy Sapiens, and I didn't really like it, but I actually just recently took a look at the movie. I actually watched both Infinity War and Endgame before this review, and he does have it. It is film accurate, so that's quite amazing. Here you can see a little more weathering, as well as those articulated pieces, I want to say, that just allow that much more articulation. It's quite amazing. And here you can see, once again, we're taking a look at the accessory in a little bit different lighting settings. That way you can kind of see how the back catches the light, but it just doesn't look right to me. It looks a little better in certain lighting settings, I want to say, but not good enough. However, the rest of it does look good. Yeah, I do like the lightning refocuser. It's just that one center area, especially the one circle, I feel like that should have been, I don't know, at least look like glass. And you can use like a black light to get it to light up. I've seen some people share that. I'm not going to be using that feature, I don't think, but I mean, that's nice. They did that, but I think it should have actually lit up. So besides that center part, I do like it. It looks really, really good. So here we have another pose. Not really a pose. I'm just kind of showing you how the articulation works on this figure. You can just kind of pull up, just like the Mark 50, if you're familiar. And it does offer more articulation. It's got all these, I want to call flaps. I think that's what they're called. And you just pull the torso up from the waist, and you can twist around, and offers more articulation. So just kind of wanted to demonstrate that a little bit. So here I tried, I want to say, my first real pose. I'm trying to get that landing pose, but it's not really totally, you know, he didn't just land. He landed and he's just ready to attack with repulsing hand, repulsing effect hand, I want to say. What do you guys think? And I don't know, from certain angles this pose looks decent. It's a hard one to do, pretty hard. Took me a while to kind of work him to make him look semi-natural, but it's aggressive, and that's what I like about this pose. Makes him look pretty cool. So I needed to try this landing pose and show you guys that he actually can pull it off. So the articulation is pretty good. So here we have him just in your museum pose, I guess you would call it. And these are interesting how they work. The only thing I noticed is this one is not as tight. So when you pull it up, it just doesn't seem as tight. It's kind of bothering me a little bit, but I'm not letting it bother me too much. You just press it in and it's just not as tight as the other one. Not sure if you guys figure, if you have this figure, please let me know if you have a similar, I guess you could call it, tiny issue there. But I did check, it seems like everything is okay. It's just not as tight. Now speaking here of the thighs, the gap, the Mark 50 was a big issue. This one to me looks good. I think it's just the design of the suit, where the gold begins, and you know, just overall the design, it just worked with this one so much better. So I like how it looks. Here I'm showing you, kind of demonstrating that the nano gauntlet, the hand does detach just like on the regular ones, and here he's like for, I want to say, Thanksgiving, you know, just plucked. But you can remove this neck piece and attach the other neck piece. Both have a magnet, and you connect it from the back. Just like that, and the front's got a magnet. And then you can put your head sculpt just like so. From certain angles I really don't like this head sculpt, but from other angles I do. Frustrating. But nonetheless, here I showed you how you would install those accessories. And the head, see, this angle it's the eyes. Are the eyes too glossy, too big? There's just something really weird with the eyes to me. I think they're a little too big. It looks like they took a picture of Tony Stark with one of those applications that makes your eyes look bigger, like here in Japan. I mean, look at here. It's just, I don't know, he looks more bad boy. I think that's what it is here. The Mark 50 head sculpt just got more of that bad boy look, just more badass. I like the spiked up hair, more young looking. This is just more old man Tony Stark, I think. Sweet old man is what I want to call it. I just don't like the hair. Here I'm showing you with different lighting settings what the head sculpt looks like. There, that looks good. There we kind of lose him a little bit. I mean, I do see, I see what Hot Toys was doing here. Honestly, I do. I really do. They're just going for that more old looking Tony Stark, just more burnt out, like he's in the end game. But I just don't think it quite worked out. The likeness was a little lost and a little too soft. Like I don't know. I know he's got some wrinkles below his neck. Makes him look a little more aged. There, I kind of see him there. But I do like the Mark 50 head better. Yeah, I see him there. Anyways, here. There he looks good. No, I'm totally joking. But I wanted to show you what the gauntlet lit up in this famous pose. The pose that ended everything, I want to say, when it comes to Iron Man. There I see. It's the hair. It really is the hair, the eyes. I know a lot of people say it looks like Pinocchio lied a little too much, but that doesn't really bother me. Here, let's take a look. Yeah, I like this so much better. I think the replacement head sculpt is going to be this one repainted or something really similar to this one. So yeah, I'm gonna sign up for the program. And that of course is not at all because I don't like the head sculpt that came with this figure. Quite the opposite, actually. The more I see it, the more I like it. And it's a great attempt by Hot Toys to do something different with a more aged Tony Stark. But since I'm not in love with the head sculpt and they do give you the option to replace it, I'm gonna do it out of mere curiosity and try to fetch this head sculpt down the line and have the full set, I want to call it. So what are my final thoughts on this figure? I think it's an absolutely awesome piece. If I couldn't replace the head sculpt, I would be totally okay with it. I think it's the ultimate Iron Man figure along with the Mark 6 and Mark 7. So let's take a look at the giveaway announcement details. The giveaway is a $50 PayPal transfer. If you live in another country, that is not a problem. You will just receive the equivalent amount in your coin. So, number 1, subscribe to my channel. Number 2, follow me on Instagram. Number 3, comment on this video, keep or switch. Those are keywords that must be commented to participate, and that is referring to the head sculpt. Of course, you can make any comment you like, but make sure to include one of those 2 keywords in your comment. And then of course, 4 is you must have a PayPal account to receive the money. Then once I've reached 1,500 subscribers, the winner will be selected via live stream, so stay tuned for that. I will be announcing that both on YouTube and Instagram, and the winner must message me on Instagram to arrange payment. It's that simple. Real easy. and I wish you all luck. I just want to give back to the community and perhaps help one of you guys with a little bit towards your next hot toy purchase, perhaps. So as always, I will say subscribe, like, and comment. Enjoy the path of collecting, and I will catch you guys next time. Make sure to include in your comment, keep or switch.